Okay, up next, it is Truth or Fake, our daily fact-checking segment in association with the France 24 Observers. I'm here with James Creedon. Hello,
Hi,
James.
Tom. How are you?
Let's begin with a story about so-called baby factories in Nigeria. Any element of truth in this one?
No, I shouldn't laugh because it's a serious subject, but as often is the case in this segment, things are not as they seem. This is Benber, which is a Malian fact-checking website, and they've come upon this particular story that was circulating online. It got quite a few shares across social media, and the story is, if I can pull up the correct page. There was quite a few images circulating on social media claiming to show baby factories or child harvesting, and the images in question, they reverse image did a reverse image search on those particular images. Hold on now, I'm trying to get to the correct... Here it is. This is the tweet in question, right? So it was talking about a recent incident where the police dismantles a baby factory in Nigeria. In any case, reverse image searching with that particular tool, it was possible to ascertain that these images went back to 2008 in the case of this one here. This image was taken in a maternity hospital, not a baby factory, and it's an image that was taken by photographer Bennett Raglan. It's been a stock image used to illustrate situations such as this quite a number of times. Another image that was in that original tweet is connected to an incident that goes back to 2014 in Ogun State. Now, here there was a suspicion of baby harvesting, unlike in the previous image where it was actually at a maternity hospital. And so there was a police raid, and there's even a YouTube video connected to a documentary, all of this going back to 2013, 2014. So in this case, it was that those three images were not relating to a recent case of a baby factory being dismantled, but as is often the case, fake news flourishes in a context where there is some credible context. There is a phenomenon in Nigeria of women being used to, I suppose, give birth, and those babies being passed on for a certain amount of money. There was an Al Jazeera report talking about it recently, talking about how the going sum of money for a boy is 700,000 naira. That's about 2,700 euros. For girls, it's somewhat less, about 1,350 euros. There is an industry. Baby harvesting is a real thing in Nigeria, a country with a massive amount of inequality. So poorer people, poorer women are often roped into this sort of activity. It's very sad, and in certain cases, those baby factories have been dismantled and disbanded. The people behind it. But in this particular case, Berber media in Mali identified a case where this was not actually happening. So the thing is, when you have fact-checking such as this, and a story is disproven, it can indicate sometimes that the broader phenomenon is not to be believed either, but the context is actually a very real and very sad phenomenon in Nigeria.
Okay. A sad story, as you say. Now, the next story also appears to be very sad. The wife of the CEO of Pfizer has died from the COVID-19 vaccine.
Right.
Well, that's the claim at any rate. Not easy to believe, actually.
Right, and something like that, when somebody has not passed away, it's pretty easy to disprove. So quite preposterous that this Canadian media by the name of Conservative Beaver would come out with this. Wife of Pfizer CEO dies after complications from the vaccine. And of course, just to speak of context again, because there have been cases of side effects of the vaccine, albeit rare, heart inflammation in certain cases, there's a lot of stuff circulating online about this. A lot of it completely exaggerated, some of it entirely false, misinformation, disinformation out there. So when people read stories like this, sometimes it can be believable, but in any case, it was pretty quickly disproven when Pfizer's chief human resources officer tweeted this image alongside his wife at an event there at the Atlantic Council. So she is clearly alive and well. And so various other media looked into that as well. USA Today had an article about it, but also fact-checking here. Wife of Pfizer CEO is not dead. So, but it was claimed that she had passed away in an emergency room in New York Presbyterian Lawrence Hospital. So completely bogus, completely bonkers, really, because easy to disprove. So there are two stories today, Tom, that are fake.
Absolutely. And of course, those fake news providers have got nothing to lose, have they? I mean,
No.
it's just clicks that they're looking for. Thank you very
Clickbait.
much indeed. James Creedon, thank you for today's edition of Truth or Fake. And if you've got a story you'd like James to have a look at, please do send it through to at James Creedon F24 or at Observers. Those are the two handles you can send your ideas to on Twitter.